No runs, no hits, no errors. Is that better? Looks like something just had gotten switched just a little bit. User operator error, whatever you think it might be, but it looks like the dials are a little bit better now. Does that sound a little bit better? You can text me again, 605-661-5858 if you can hear me out there. Looks better on this end, so just let me know. But in that inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Now it's 3 runs on 4 hits with 6 errors for Flandreau. Heading into the bottom of the 8th, that's 6 runs, 4 hits, and 5 errors. This game is still getting over, so definitely Crofton and Castlewood not starting at 7:30, which also means my day gets that much longer. Got up at 5 o'clock this morning. There we go. Audio is good now. Thank you. So got up at 5 o'clock this morning, had to record my show for the FM side, had to record and get the sports recorded, had to get my show set up, get on the road to get up here. So it's been a bit of a day. So we'll see how I do here. But again, camera's on me because I can't be showing you the action. And it's going to be, like I said, I don't have a lineup right now. I could, but I'm charging my phone. I have a really bad habit. I let my phone get way too low on charge. It's not good. So I'm letting my phone charge, otherwise I'd be looking stuff up. So I do have people chiming in that the audio is good, so really appreciate you guys looking out for me because I'm a dolt and I'm a dope. So thank you so much. So we're going to head into the bottom of the 8th here. Leading off for Clark will be catcher Zach Tobin. Now, if you're in the Yankton area, Mount Marty fan, you're going to recognize the pitcher for Flandreau. It's Tash Lunday. Tash Lunday, the star for the Mount Marty basketball team. Now, I have not heard if he's coming back for another season. I hope he is. He is such a great player, so fun to watch out there. But he's doing a nice job pitching. Has not given up an earned run. The defense has not been real supportive of him. There have just been a few, not dumb plays, but just mistakes out there. So he's been pitching pretty well, but this is Flandreau's first time at the state tournament. Clark, obviously, they are longtime staples of this state tournament, as I know from the amateur state baseball program. Look at that. That thing is a thing of beauty. So it gives you everything. Gives you that, gives you 15 years ago. It's fun. It's amazing. And the people that aren't watching, that are listening on the radio, are like, don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. It's a program, so like 35 years ago, 1990, the all-tourney team. Bruce Mogan. That's a name a lot of people are going to know in the area. Bruce Mogan. Dave Gaspin from Canova was on that. Also, 50 years ago, the 1975 all-tournament team. Guess who was on that? Yeah, one of the pitchers was Dave Gaspin of Scotland at that time. So Dave Gaspin, one of the, if you're talking about Mount Rushmore, or Mount Marty, a Mount Rushmore of amateur baseball in South Dakota, Dave Gaspin, I don't see how you can not have him on there. He has to be one of the ones. As a kid from Nebraska, I know the name Dave Gaspin, and he was pitching when I was born, and so he was still pitching when I was 15. So obviously, he's one of the ones that is a name in South Dakota amateur baseball. So you love seeing that. And those are the kind of things that are fun in this program. And obviously, the name Clark, the Clark Traders, come in a lot. Now, 40 years ago, in 1985, Claremont had a great team. They had Frank Cutler and Sherm Cutler. Clark had Gene Lorenz and Don DeLoray. You're looking at Mark Handel, an outfielder from Freeman 40 years ago, 1985, on the all-tournament team. From Tabor, utility man Dennis Byerly. Umpire Dennis Byerly. Yeah, no, utility man Dennis Byerly. I'm a dope. I told you I was. And then for the umpires, you had Larry Hoff from Scotland, Mike Ridgway from Yankton. Those are names we're going to know. 15 years ago, 2010, the all-tournament team had Nick Hagee from Crofton, Scott Donor from Crofton, Mike Stroom from Crofton, Carl Schieffer from Crofton. You also had from Wynot, Lance Heine, Brett Scherschlicht from Tabor, and from Elk Point, Tyler Luoma. From the Class A team, you had Trey Creer from Yankton and Chuck Benz from Vermilion. So that's why I love these programs. I love the history. I love history. I love baseball. I love the history of baseball. I am a dork. I know that. And then if you're looking at the state tournament batting champions from 1987, batted .625 during the state tournament, you know who it was? Yeah, 1987, Mark Dufek of Tabor. Crofton, 2012, Scott Donor batted .539 at the state tournament. That's not too bad. All right, Brian Van Driel in 2002 from Menno batted .600. Mitch Stewart from Vermilion in 1999 batted .667. So right now, 2 down here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, 6-3. Nobody on. That pitch inside for ball 2, 2-0. The MVPs of the state tournament. Let's see if we can find some familiar names there. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Well, Carl Hertz in 1956 and 57 from Menno. From the Yankton Lakers in 1969, Romaine Lecker. Then you had Dave Gassman from Scotland in 1975. Ron Nelson from Hardington, Nebraska in 1976. Then you have Tim Lorang from Yankton in 1991. And then Jay Hymas from Wynot, the most valuable player in Class B in 1999. James Grotenhuis in 2003 from Yankton. James Grotenhuis, we borrowed his uniform, his state championship uniform, for a donation, a loan, to the Meade Museum for their baseball exhibit just a couple years ago. Not last summer, but the summer before. So Crystal Nelson was so appreciative of that. So thank you to James and Tracy Grotenhuis of Fox Run. Fox Run convenience store. They're a big supporter of Yankton Athletics. James Grotenhuis was the MVP of Class A in 2003. James Birkenpass of Vermilion was the MVP of Class B. So no runs, no hits, no errors in that inning. So we head into the top of the 9th. Flanger needs 3 runs to keep this game going, or we move on to our game of Crofton and Castlewood. It's the Crofton Bluejays and the Castlewood Ravens. So you know what? You're tired of hearing me talk. Let's run an ad, shall we? Yeah, we shall. We want to thank our sponsors because without them, obviously, this does not happen. So that includes Downtown Auto Service, Central Farmers Cooperative, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Parker Hannafin, Greg Davis, Midwest Insurance Agency. I love this song. Merchant State Bank, Crofton Lakeview Golf Course, Jones Feed and Grain Trucking, The Keg, Joe's Substation, The Beer Garden in Menno, Byerly Insurance, Rural Manufacturing, Larson Carpet, 402 Collision and Towing, The Bone Setter Chiropractic, The Corner Nugget, High Street Insurance, Cedar Security Bank, Whitmire & Associates, Menno State Bank, Tabor Lumber Co-op, Core Trust Bank, Wynot, Menno Olivet Care Center, Integrity Insurance, and Renewable Ag Products. Also, whenever we do the national anthem, that's sponsored by Richard and Nancy Klochek and the Scotland VFW Auxiliary. And our Who's on Deck is sponsored by, you got it, Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Hey, we are getting our first batter up here for the top of the 9th. Let's see what kind of action we have. So Tristan Peters will lead off for Flanger here in the top of the 9th inning. Again, they need 3 runs to keep this game going, 4 to take the lead. That's just math. Miss List taught me that. Mrs. Wiesler, too. That's Crofton math for you, baby. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. All right, so no balls, 1 strike, 0-1. Hey. That pitch is low. Ball 1, 1-1. Nice crowd here for this evening matchup. And that's the thing. On a Friday, the 11 o'clock, the early matchups are a little bit tough, I think, for people to get to. Even talking to Lee Hymas for At the Mic, you know, not everybody can make it. Talking to Travis Lee for EPJ, for Elk Point, Colt 45s for yesterday's 11 o'clock game. Not everybody can make it. And so, you know, Elk Point, they held Canova. They went to extra innings, 11 innings, 10-7 they fell, but they did not have their full complement of players. So that is something that you look at. That one's a hot shot to second, but fielded cleanly, throw over to first in time for the first out of the inning. A 4-3 put out. So 1 down. Flandreau down to their final 2 outs. So Hunter Denbour's the center fielder. Top of the order comes up. So he's reached 3 times. He's 1 hit on the night. So he's hoping to get on here. That would bring the tying run to the on-deck circle. Who's on deck? Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. So first pitch is low, 1-0. All right. He's a pickup player from the Hartford Humboldt Wood Ducks. The 1975 Scotland team. 50 years ago, Scotland nips Renner. You're looking at players on that Scotland team like a Doug Schooley, an O'Hearn, a Perk, a Van Stenwick, Fiedler, Peckham, Gassman. That is quite the team. So they beat Renner 7-6 that year. It was clutch relief pitching by Dave Gassman and alert base running by Doug Schooley enabled Scotland to defeat the Renner Monarchs 7-6 for the Class B championship. Gassman, who relieved starter John Peckham in the 6th inning, earned his 4th tournament victory. 4th. And his 2nd of the day. Seriously? 2nd of the day, and was named the tournament's most valuable player for this feat. Gassman joined Ed Carter in the tournament record book for winning those 4 games. That pitch is lifted high over to second, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning. So down to 1 out. Again, then this game will be over if this is the final out, and then we will be transitioning into the Crofton Castlewood game. Obviously, you don't want to see my mug, so we will put up the scoreboard. Maybe you do want to see my mug. I don't know. If you do, text me, 605-661-5858. I can't promise I won't pick my nose. I don't know. I can't promise I won't look dumb. But otherwise, I can put the logo for the Amateur Baseball Association up there, which might be just the best thing for everybody. But you just let me know. If you want to see my pretty face the entire time, that's cool. I'm cool with that, kind of, I guess. All right, count is 1-0. Outside, 2-0. You can see Crofton in the over by their dugout in the white uniforms with their blue lettering and that gray-silver trim, except for one lime green, neon yellow, Connor Merriam, the pickup player who's the catcher. A nice pickup player from Menno. Oh, that breaking ball hits him, so Flandreau has a runner aboard, and that will bring up and they're going to have a meeting on the mound. So I thought it was Tash Lunday. I couldn't see the number, though. So that'll bring up Tash Lunday. And there's going to be a discussion on the mound. All right, I got 1 vote for seeing my mug. Two votes for seeing my mug. Okay. All right, so that's 2. I don't know if that's enough. But he is going to stay in there. And so we will see. Of course, with that 3-run lead, you have a little bit of flexibility. Now, if Lunday were to get aboard, that's when things start to get sticky. But then, of course, you're bringing somebody in a really tricky situation. So I'm not sure if that's necessarily what you want to do. But you got to do what's best, because if you win this game, you're playing again Monday. Do you really want to get somebody warmed up, get them some pitches in? Does that hurt their effectiveness next time out? And then that pitch is inside, 1-0. So actually, I should say these teams will play Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. That's laced into right field, and that's going to be a single. Runner is rounding second. He's going to head to third. Runner's at first and third now. So the tying run is now at home plate. So that brings up Colby Peters.
The third baseman, Colby Peters.
Now, I'm also having a discussion because during that first game, in between innings, there's a song on, and I Shazammed it. And it was Janitor Bob. Janitor Bob. I haven't heard of Janitor Bob in ages. They were formed in 1991. They're a South Dakota Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band, but I've not heard Janitor Bob in general public in ages. And so I texted my friend Kim, and so I was like, do you remember them? And it's kind of on that age range. And that's lifted into right field. That should be caught, and that is the final out of the inning and the final out of the game. So that will do it. Flandreau, in their first game at the state tournament, will fall to the Clark Traders. Clark Traders, 6 runs on 4 hits with 5 errors. The Flandreau Blue Teal, 3 runs on 5 hits with 6 errors. All right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to transition into some Crofton baseball against Castlewood. I've got 2 votes to see my mug, so I'm assuming the other votes are not to. So we can put that. I'll put that logo up there. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll keep it like this though for the pregame. I don't know if that's what you want. If you don't, that's fine. Just trying something different because otherwise it's kind of sterile, kind of stale with just the logo up there. But maybe that's what you prefer. We had a number of people watching that Why Not game. Hopefully we get a number of people for this Crofton game. This is a fun time in Brandon. This is a beautiful facility. I wasn't quite sure. Cadwell Park is such a great spot in Mitchell, and I'm still saying if I had to vote, obviously I think I'd want to go to Mitchell, but this is a really nice facility. Beautiful spot out here. Nice, easy parking, easy to get to. So just really well done. So Tori Sundal now is going to announce the MVP of this game. We'll see who it is.
Custom here at the state tournament in Brandon. We're doing a player of the game after every single game. First, I want to congratulate the Flanders Blue Teal on a great season. Congratulate Clark on the win. The player of the game, as chosen by my ticket, although there was a vote for an alternate, which I'll name in a minute. But the player of the game had 2 hits, including a double. He had 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Mr. Bryce Delors.
So the player of the game for Clark is Bryce Delors.
Brock Greenfield did get votes, but Bryce is the player of the game.
So Bryce Delors is the player of the game for Clark. And I'm going to tell you can't see Bryce, but Bryce looks like an amateur baseball player, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's what you picture. And so Castlewood is getting out on their side. They are the home team. Crofton's getting out on their side. They are the visitors tonight. So again, Crofton in their white uniforms with blue letters and numbers with that gray-silver trim. Castlewood in their gray pants with purple jerseys with black numbers and kind of that gray trim as well. All right. Well, again, maybe we'll keep my mug up here for the pregame and put the logo up for the game. You guys can vote. I mean, I'm a man of the people. I'm a benevolent dictator. I truly am. So if you want to see just nothing but the logo, that's cool. If you want to see nothing but me, that's cool too. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to hopefully try to get the starting lineups, and we'll go through that. But otherwise, we'll go through some stats. We do have some stats for both teams. So we will take a look at that, and when we come back, hopefully about 20 minutes, and so that'll give us enough pregame. So we'll do some ads. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors. Without them, we are not able to do this. And like we say, you don't have to do business with them. You don't. But give them a chance to compete. Maybe it's service, maybe it's selection, maybe it's price, maybe it's just the fact that they support your local business, your local entities. Maybe that's reason enough. But we want to thank Greg Davis Excavation, Crofton Lakeview Golf Course, Downtown Auto Service, High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Menno State Bank, Central Farmers Cooperative, Joe's Substation, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, Byerly Insurance, Tabor Lumber Co-op, The Keg, Why Not Oil Company, Parker Hannafin, Renewable Ag Products, 402 Collision and Repair, Midwest Insurance Agency, Merchant State Bank, Corner Nugget, Jones Feed and Grain, Security State Bank, Larson Carpet, The Bone Setter Chiropractic, Rural Manufacturing, Hoots Bar, Core Trust Bank, The Beer Garden, Integrity Insurance Agency, Menno Olivet Care Center, and Zach for pronunciation as all of it. Yeah, all of it. All of the Menno Olivet Care Center is a sponsor. Whitmire and Associates Realty and Property Management, National Anthem, which I don't think we're going to have because we had it before the first game. Brought to you by Richard and Nancy Klochek and the Scotland VFW Auxiliary. And Who's on Deck, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. All right, we're going to take a little break here, and we're going to come back and hopefully have some starting lineups, have some baseball. We're going to have a good time. Hopefully the weather stays away, and we will get out of here before I fall asleep on the way home. Sound like a plan? All right. We'll be back. This is South Central League Baseball at the state tournament in Brandon at Aspen Park First National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher on ESPN Radio and 5-Star Streaming on YouTube. We'll be right back after these messages.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provides, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Central Farmers Cooperative is more than just a business, they're your local partner in success. Whether you're in need of quality seed, reliable chemicals, or expert crop advice, they have you covered. With years of expertise, they know what it takes to help you grow your farm, your future, and your community. Stop by today or call Chris at 605-660-4146 and let them help you grow. Central Farmers Cooperative in Irene, your trusted farm partner for 2025 and beyond.
Does your bank have banker hours? This is Lynn Peterson. At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we offer extended drive-through transaction hours with our teller on demand. Just simply pull up, push a button, and a live teller will pop up on the screen, ready to assist you with a wide variety of banking transactions. And our teller on demand is available weekdays, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. How about those banker hours? Teller on demand, exclusively at Elkhorn Valley Bank, Yankton.
Parker Hannafin in Yankton has proudly produced filters in their communities for 40 years. With a mission to protect their customers' engines and equipment from first to last use, you know you can trust Parker Hannafin. They have superb product quality, an extensive distribution network, and the industry's broadest product line. All of this in 40 years of doing what they're good at. That's Parker Hannafin in Yankton. Check out their website to see their wide variety of products and how they can help you. Parker Hannafin in Yankton is a proud supporter of all South Central League athletes. If you're in need of concrete or excavation work this year, call on Greg Davis Excavation and Concrete of Irene. Greg wishes the Irene Cardinals amateur baseball team good luck in tonight's game and all season long. Greg Davis Excavation and Concrete, a proud supporter of all area activities and the Irene Cardinals baseball team. If you want it done the right way, call Greg Davis Excavation and Concrete, 605-661-0425. Insurance can be complicated, but it doesn't have to be when you insure with Midwest Insurance Agency, located at 3016 Piper Street in Yankton. Through 3 generations, the Devine family has been awarded numerous awards and has spent many hours serving the community. Travis and Whitney Devine currently carry on that legacy. They know what is best when it comes to insuring your property, vehicles, and other equipment because they are just like you. Midwest Insurance Agency, Yankton. Call 605-665-2389 to book your appointment.
You will find Merchant State Bank in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, the bank that offers big bank products to meet your financial needs. Merchant State Bank's mission is to promote economic stability within the communities they call home. Visit Merchant State Bank at msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank is proud to sponsor the athletic and academic activities of the communities they serve. Merchant State Bank, since 1899, an equal opportunity lender.
Crofton Lakeview Golf Course is located on the bluff overlooking the panoramic Lewis and Clark Lake in northeast Nebraska. Opened in 1989, the 9-hole regulation public course offers 3,149 yards of golf with a par 36. The course rating is a 35.5 with a slope rating of 115. Crofton Lakeview Golf Course is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Good luck all South Central teams.
Welcome back to Aspen Park in First National Bank ball field in Aspen Park in Brandon, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher on 5-Star streaming on YouTube and ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK and KVTK.com. Well, hey, let's take a look at that Castlewood Ravens lineup. They're led by Gus Steiger, who played in 11 games, made 44 plate appearances, and batted .550 with an OPS of 1566, 22 hits, 13 singles, 5 doubles, and 4 home runs on the year. Was also walked 4 times. Also stole 14 bases in 14 attempts. Also one of the leading batters for this team is Alex Gower. In 14 games, had 68 Yep, we're good. 68 plate appearances, 433 batting average with an 1100 OPS. He has 17 hits, 17 singles, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 15 RBI. Let's see. And he walked 8 times on the season. He had 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts. Then you have Mr. Finney, Mr. Nate Finney for this team. In 53 plate appearances, batted 400 and a 1335 OPS. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
For some reason, I don't have your number.
Oh, yeah, it's 605 661 5858. Jack Lambert. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was James Simbrek, again, the sports editor for the Press-Dakota. And if you've been listening to the news, obviously you've heard that Brookings lost their daily paper. Huron lost their daily paper. So, you know, if you enjoy the Press-Dakota, even if you just get the online subscription, it's local ownership, so that's huge. So they're invested in the community. I'm not a shill for the Press-Dakota. They're not giving me any money, but gosh, they are a great resource. James and Alex are everywhere. And so definitely support your local newspaper. Get the online subscription. If you're not one of those that likes the physical paper, I get it. But that's what every morning when I'm doing sports, I go and look at the Press-Dakota, and they're top notch. So if you don't want to hear the same news that Huron and Brookings and some others heard this past week about their daily newspaper shutting down in an instant, support the Press-Dakota. They didn't ask me to say that. They didn't pay me to say that. That's just me saying that. Okay? All right. And you could, whatever my word means, honestly. So Keegan Tveit. Keegan Tveit is another batter. Just 28 plate appearances, but batted .353. Then you have Kellen Bank. Kellen Bank batted .339 in 75 plate appearances. So you can tell this team has some high batting averages. But after that, then it's down to .270, .269, .268. So not huge. Now Crofton. Where'd they go here? There they are. They're going to rely more on their pitching. So batting for Crofton, the leading batter, Seth Wiebelhaus, batted .333 on the season with an .805 OPS. Cap Bankston batted .333, .667. Austin Goebel. Now, I'm not sure Austin's going to be here. I know there was a vacation plan, so we'll see. .321 batting average. Colton Schieffer batted .310. Jared Wiebelhaus batted .280. Austin Tramp .250. Tyler Cook .245. But now you're pitching. Cap Bankston pitched 35 innings on the season. He had an ERA of 4.8. Zach Heggie had an ERA of 2.17 in 29 innings. Ben Heggie had pitched 26 and 2/3 innings. And then Will Munski has an ERA under 4. And we saw what he did during the district tournament. So pitching could be really quality for this Crofton team. Now, for the Castlewood Ravens, their pitching, did not get a chance to look at that. Alex Gower is their leading pitcher, 38 1/3 innings on the season with a 1.64 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP. You also have Kendall Bank with that 2.00 ERA and a 1.057 WHIP. So I do have a starting lineup here, so we're going to take a look at that when we come back and see if I can get it written down as well. All right, this is South Central League Baseball from the State Amateur Baseball Tournament in Brandon from First National Bank Field in Aspen Park. I'm Michael Schumacher, live and loud on your screen there, also through your radio. I just got told I look miserable. I feel okay. I'm sweating, yeah, but I've preloaded on liquids. I don't want to drink too much, just because, I'm a one-man operation. Certain things you can't do in the middle of a broadcast when the bathrooms are all the way down and around back. So I'll be good, Mom. I promise. I'm going to be okay. But I appreciate you checking out for me, okay? I do. All right, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to try to get the lineup set, and we'll be back. Yes, I remember when I was playing baseball, and I was going to walk back to Dortz, and I passed out. then they took care of me at Waltz. Waltz let me drink some water there, and Dort came and got me. Dorothy Kramer, if you're from Crofton, you know Dort. The big nice house right at the and right across from the elementary school now. That's where the high school was. So, yes, I do remember. We were playing at the ball field, and I got lightheaded, and in the day and age before cell phones. So then I made my way to Waltz. They gave me some water, and ice cold water, and called Dort. Dort came and got me. So, yes, I do remember that. All right. We're going to be back after an ad break. I do have a special affinity for Crofton baseball, so if I sound giddy and goofy, I apologize, but it's what I've grown up with. So, all right, we'll be back with more. This is South Central League Baseball at the state tournament from First National Bank Field in Aspen Park in Brandon on ESPN Radio and KVTK.com and 5-star streaming on YouTube.
Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska is proud to serve the northeast Nebraska and surrounding tri-state area of Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa. When you need feed for your livestock, they haul dry or liquid right to your farm. When you need fertilizer, they also haul dry or liquid. Why not give Jones Feed and Grain Trucking a call to save you time and money with your feed or fertilizer needs? That's Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska, serving the tri-state area.
The Keg and Tabor is a great place to enjoy some food or a cold one. The grill is on at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Order yourself some appetizers, steak tips, a burger, or some fries or tots. Order up a cold one to go with your meal. Lunch specials are served Monday through Friday. Looking for a place to host a party? Check out the beer garden at the Keg. On the way to the game, make sure you stop by the Keg and Tabor to pick up your cold beverages and munchies. Mike and Anita are proud sponsors of Tabor Bluebirds and all South Central League baseball teams.
Joe Substation in Lesterville says go Bronx. And so should you. Go to Joe Substation when you are hungry. They serve that amazing Alaskan pollock and delicious roasted chicken. Lunch specials are served Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 1. And on Wednesday, it's the all-you-can-eat roasted chicken and fish buffet served from 5 to 8 p.m. Weekends, the kitchen is open from 5 p. to 9. So when you're out and about, hungry and need some nourishment or a cold beverage, Joe's Substation is the place. 4 miles south of Lesterville. Go Bronx.
Minnow Beer Garden, where the game's always on, the drinks are cold, and the wings and pizzas are delicious. There's Chislic and burgers too. Gather your crew for a night of darts, pool, or casino fun. Or soak up the sun on the spacious outdoor area. Whether you're cheering on your favorite team or just looking for a laid-back hangout, Minnow Beer Garden is your destination. You won't go hungry or thirsty when you hang at the legendary beer garden in Minnow.
Byerly Insurance would like to welcome new customers offering no obligation quotes. They will gladly travel to you with their mobile insurance service, doing business in Yankton, Lesterville, Menno, and surrounding areas of the South Central League. Give Rita Byerly or Brody Byerly a call at 605-387-5999 or go to ByerlyINS.com. When it comes to insurance for autos, home, farm, liability, commercial, work comp, or bonds, Byerly Insurance covers the bases.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman is this area's distributor of PWA poly bulk storage bins that come in several sizes from 1 to 18 ton. PWA bins are very moisture-proof, non-corrosive, and extremely durable, offering a 7-year warranty. Being able to see into the bin gives you the security of a visual feed level. If you have an acreage, check out our pale fill options to feed your animals. Rural Manufacturing of Freeman offers setup and delivery and a variety of accessories to complete your bin. PWA bins are in stock and on display at Rural Manufacturing or call 605-925-7135 for more details.
Larson Carpet has the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Family owned and operated since 1972, Larson Carpet offers a huge variety of flooring options, both in stock and special order. When you want the job done right, come to Larson Carpet. Located at 208 Walnut Street in the Meridian District, Larson Carpet is your friendly, family-owned flooring specialist that is right for you.
Welcome back to our South Central League broadcast of South Central League baseball from the state amateur tournament. I'm Michael Schumacher from Aspen Park in Brandon at First National Bank Field. We are bringing this to you on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton, as well as KVTK.com, and audio only on 5-star streaming on YouTube. Audio only unless you're seeing the visage of me for a little bit. So we do have our starting lineup here, and for Castlewood, it's Gus Steiger leading off, the shortstop, number 5, Gus Steiger. So Steiger on the season batted .528. Number 2, the pitcher batting second, number 2, Alex Gower, who batted .524. Batting third and playing third, number 12, Kellen Bank, who batted .351. Batting cleanup, number 7, batting cleanup, playing left field, number 9, Nate Finney. Finney batted .439. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 8, Booker Schooley. Schooley batted .184 on the season. Aiden Stewart batting sixth and playing center field, number 16. He's a pickup player from Elkton. He batted .391 on the year. Blaine Schliessman at catcher, number 15. He batted .283 on the season. Lucas Ching at first base, number 44. He batted .195. And then Aiden Ching in right field, number 22. Or Adam Ching batted .294. And there's money getting handed out over here, so Jody's just giving it away. And I'm seeing 20s in there. It's like, wow. I am so glad I'm here tonight. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I saw nothing. All right, well, we're going to be back right after this. This is South Central League Amateur Baseball, brought to you by our sponsors. We'll be back right after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and KVTK.com, and 5-star streaming on YouTube.
Need your car towed? A little body work done after your tow? 402 Collision and Towing can give you a tow, fix the dents, and detail the car out for you all at one time. When your car is back to perfection and you need your oil changed, 402 Collision and Towing can do that also. Talk about great service and perfection under one roof. That's what 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton can do for you. 402 Collision and Towing, offering the Crofton and surrounding area perfection when it comes to your car.
Welcome to the Bone Setter Chiropractic. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. Our office is located at 215 Mulberry, Suite 9 in downtown Yankton. At our new and inviting clinic, we offer a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, exercise and nutrition advice, as well as state-of-the-art examination techniques. The Bone Setter brings you comfort when there is discomfort. The Bone Setter, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, or online at thebonesetter.com.
Welcome back to Aspen Park, home of the First National Bank in Brandon. I'm Michael Schumacher on ESPN Radio and 5-star streaming on YouTube as we get ready for game number 10 between the Crofton Bluejays and the Castlewood Ravens. But side note, just heard from my daughter, and she is entering a deadlift competition tomorrow, so keep her in your thoughts. She just had an interview the other day, yesterday, for an assistant sports performance coach at Queens College in Charlotte, Queens University now in Charlotte. They literally just became a Division I school months ago. So, fingers crossed. It's exactly what she's wanting to do. As they're announcing the starting lineups. Obviously, I don't have video for that because we can't do video, but in case you can't tell, kind of cool, kind of proud of my daughter. She's doing some great things in that deadlift competition. Her boyfriend Shane's going to get some video, and it's called Crush It Fest. So excited for her. She's been, well, for lack of a better term, crushing it. So we're excited for that as they are finishing the announcements of the lineups. So we gave you the starting lineups. The reserves are Tyler Potts, Cap Bankston, Braden Heggie, Ben Heggie, and Braden.
And number 15,
Jared Weebelhaus.
Also, Darren Gunther serving as a bench coach.
So Darren Gunther is serving as the bench coach. So Colton Schieffer is the manager for the Crofton Bluejays. Now they're going to announce the starting lineup for the Castlewood Ravens. Again, the only text I got said you wanted to see my mug, so I'm kind of going with that. But if you don't, I'm completely cool with that. But if this is a little bit livelier for you than just seeing a dead screen, I'm cool. But I'm also cool not being on the screen. It's completely up to you guys. It really, really is. So we will put the scoreboard up there, though, because that looks prettier. But excited to bring this to you. So we gave you the starting lineup for Castlewood: Steiger, Gower, Bank, Finney, Schlesman, Stewart, Schooley, Stewart, Schlesman, Ching, and Ching. So then you have Sleep, Jacob Tweet, Carson Kerwin, Jeremiah Wiersma,
16,
Hunter Smith, and number 22, Phil McElhaney. So that's your Castlewood Ravens. So we're excited for this.
Your umpires, as assigned by the South Dakota Amateur Baseball Association. Todd Gross behind the plate.
Doug Gross behind the plate.
First base.
Brian Lemon at first.
Third base is Dan Lund.
Dan Lund at third base. So great crowd here tonight for this game. And there's going to be ceremonial first pitches. I wish I could show this to you.
Representing the Crofton Bluejays.
So representing Crofton, it's Mike Mueller. Mike Mueller coming out. Talked to him before the game.
South Yankton in the Cedar County League in northeast Nebraska.
That's the second Cedar County League reference tonight.
In Crofton for a number of years.
I love that Cedar County League representation.
The Crofton Baseball
And
Association.
if you haven't had a chance to see the South Yankton uniforms, they were things of beauty. This dark, deep red with white stripes. Oh man, they make an old school baseball fan melt. So Mike Mueller's throwing out that first pitch.
Acknowledge Mike for his time and dedication he puts towards. It does not go unnoticed. All right, Mike, fire a strike.
Firing a strike to Andy Knapp. And he got it there. It might not have been a strike, but it was across the plate. I think he would have gotten a swing and a miss if that were a real pitch with a real batter. Maybe not. I don't know. So now, ceremonial first pitch being thrown out for Castlewood. We'll see who is coming out now. So Phil McElhaney. So he's actually on the bench team.
A Watertown graduate, played college baseball at the University of Sioux Falls in the late 90s. Started his amateur career in 1998. Billy played 3 years in Watertown, 1 year with the Bryant Bucks, and now 20 years with the Castlewood Ravens. Billy batted third in the Ravens lineup and was always a 400 hitter. You couldn't get a fastball by Billy Mack. 2 stories always told in the dugout after games is the DH insisted him on a Wednesday night. With no catcher that night, Billy put on the gear for both games and caught 2 flamethrowers, Eric Danforth and Matt Stevenson. In the early 2000s, Billy pitched a no-hitter in Canby, Minnesota, and lost 1-0 as he walked 4 and beaned 4. Beanball Billy.
Beanball Billy as he beaned 4. Let's see if he gets it across the plate. Oh, thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. So those are your ceremonial first pitches.
Fans are corporate sponsors for Brandon hosting the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. The Grand Slam sponsor is Sanford Health. And the home run sponsors are Integra, Billion Auto, Camping World.
So we'll be back as they come out to warm up. Give me just a second here. Somebody says they're getting some back feed on the radio. Boy, I've got nothing playing. I don't know what it would be. I really don't.
If a player hits a home run, he'll receive half a bucket of beer. And fans sunflower seeds.
I got nothing playing on the ESPN. I do apologize if there's back feed. I'm not quite sure what it would be, but I have nothing going.
And put your shells in there. Kids, foul balls, keep them, or turn them into the concession stand for $2, courtesy of the Friends of Amateur Baseball.
Let me see, try something else here in case there's something going on.
And players, if you're in need of athletic training or fans in need of medical assistance,
We'll try this here. So, do apologize if there's back feed. But we will see what we can do.
And fans, souvenirs, state tournament T-shirts are being sold behind the first base dugout.
Let's see if that helps anything. Hopefully it does. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what to tell you. I apologize. We have a thing called Wire Ready. It's not. It is what it is, but it has its limitations. So, again, Castlewood is the home team, so they're out there first. Pitching will be Alex Gower. Catching will be Blaine Schließman. At first base, you have Lucas Ching. At second, Booker Schooley. At short, Gus Steiger. At third, Kellen Bank. And then left to right in the outfield, it's Nate Finney, Aiden Stewart, and Adam Ching. So batting this inning for Crofton, they'll be leading off as Seth Wiebelhaus. He's followed by Zach Heggie and Connor Miriam. Then, of course, you have Will Munsky, James Kaiser, and Andy Knapp, 4, 5, and 6. And then Colton Schieffer, Tyler Cook, and Justin Potts, 7, 8, and 9. So, again, leading off this inning will be Seth Wiebelhaus, center fielder. On deck is pitcher Zach Heggie. Who's on deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in. All right, so we're good now on ESPN. And Zach Heggie on deck, brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1.
First pitch at 8:14 p.m.
So, 8:14 p.m. We're getting started about 45 minutes late. We'll see how late we're here tonight. That pitch is a ball, 1-1.
Partly cloudy, 84 degrees.
And then Connor Miriam batting third. He's the one lone pickup player for Crofton, but he had a great season. And that ball is hit over to second and fielded cleanly on before the hop. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the first. Brings up Zach Heggie. Zach Heggie on the season batted .244. And then on deck is Connor Miriam from the Menno Mad Frogs, who batted .455. So Wiebelhaus lines out to second. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. That ball's chopped on the third baseline, but that is foul, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the first. I just had somebody say they like watching me. Hopefully it's a little bit better than the stagnant just on the screen. If it's not, if you don't like it, let me know. Definitely. That's in for ball 2, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Zach Heggie. And that is well outside, 3-1. Crofton looking to get their first base runner on. Now, Castlewood, they had a nice season. They really did. On the year, they went 16-3 in the Eastern Dakota League. And that is ball 4, so Zach Heggie is aboard. So the pitcher, Zach Heggie, we'll see who runs for him. I'm assuming somebody will run for him. Maybe not. Nope, they're going to have him run for himself.
Number 17, Connor Miriam.
And that'll bring up number 17 in Menno Green, Connor Miriam. So Connor Miriam, one of the top catchers in South Central League. I had a feeling somebody would pick him up. And that is high and inside, 1-0. Again, Gower with a good season, just off to a little bit rougher start right now. See if he can get his bearings about him. That's in for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And that's high, 2-1. All right, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Connor Miriam, right-handed batter, steps in. Again, on deck is third baseman Wilson Munsky. Munsky's been a nice addition to this Crofton team. That ball's fouled straight back, 2-2. Munsky comes across to get the foul ball. Earlier today, Why Not fell in a really good matchup, but they just fell short to the Millbank Fire Chiefs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. So that is the second out of the inning, and that is on a strikeout, the first strikeout of the night. Brings up cleanup hitter Wilson Munsky. Munsky for Crofton this season. batted 195, but I hesitate to say that just because he's been coming on so strong as of late. District tournament, he was really, really good. So, first pitch is outside, 1-0. Pitch is lifted high, but foul. Makes the count 1-1.
And kids, that's a $2 foul ball. You can keep it or turn it into the concession stand for $2, courtesy of the Friends of Amateur Baseball.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 out. That's chopped. Fouled on the third base line. 1-2. So Crofton, no hits yet this inning, but they do have a runner on via a walk, and that's in the form of Zach Heggie, the pitcher. He'd love to come around and score, give himself a lead before he gets out there. If Munski gets aboard, James Kaiser, the shortstop, is on deck. That ball is fouled straight back. Count is still 1-2. Munski had a nice pitching performance during the district tournament. And so it really became a valued weapon on this Crofton Bluejays team. And his versatility, being able to move to third, allows Andy Knapp to play second. Is really, really nice for this Crofton Bluejay team. So 1-2. Here's the pitch. And that is high. 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with a runner on first. So Zach Heggie gets the lead off of first base. Here's the pitch. That's popped foul, out of play. Munski is battling. That lands on the dugout over at the softball fields here. Just to the north of us. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Gets a piece of that one. It's going to pop over. It's fouled, taken at first base for the third out of the inning. No runs. No hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of half an inning, it's Crofton 0, Castlewood coming to bat. We'll be back on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and 5-star streaming on YouTube after these messages from the Corner Nugget and High Street Insurance. From Brandon, South Dakota, I'm Michael Schumacher.
Friendly place to have a drink with friends and family. Darts, pool, big screen TV, nice, friendly, hospitable staff, great decor for family and community gatherings. How about 5 stars? Tremendous place for local people to meet. These are just a few of the comments about the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Have you been there yet? If not, sounds like you should head to the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Music, cold beverages, and your favorite drink mixed just right. The Corner Nugget is a proud sponsor of the Lesterville Bronx. Stop in and catch a game on the big screen.
High Street Insurance and Financial in Crofton has what you need for all your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, farm, crop, commercial, life, or health, they have the right products and the right service you're looking for all your insurance needs. Call High Street Insurance in Crofton at 402-388-4772 or stop in at 1201 West 2nd Street in Crofton. A proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Everyone wants a bank that cares about them to be more than just an account with a balance. Cedar Security Bank is committed to getting to know their customers and answering all their financial questions with honest answers about their money and investments. Cedar Security Bank has locations in Fordyce, Hardington, and Wynot with convenient 24-hour ATMs in all 3 locations. Stop in and visit Cedar Security Bank when you have questions about your accounts. Cedar Security Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Brandon, South Dakota. Aspen Park, home of First National Bank Field, as we enter the bottom half of the second inning. Leading off for Castlewood will be shortstop Gus Steiger, who batted .528 on the season. And the first pitch hits him. So Steiger is aboard. That'll bring up Alex Gower, who was on deck. Who's on Deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Next is third baseman Kellen Bank. So Zach Hagee pitching, Connor Merriam catching. At first, Tyler Cook. At second, Andy Knapp. At shortstop, James Kaiser. And at third, Wilson Munski. From left to right in the outfield, it's Justin Potts, Seth Wiebelhaus, and Colton Schieffer. Heggie to the left-handed batting Gower, and that is in for a strike, 0-1. So Gower on the season batted .524. That's lifted foul down the left field line. That'll make the count 0-2. And that ball will get to the backstop, and the runner will advance to second, so 1-2. Nobody out, with the runner now again on second to Alex Gower. Does not get a swing, so moves the count to 2-2. Now, we saw this from Heggie in his relief performance during the district tournament. Had a rough first inning, and then after that was lights out. So hopefully, if he's a little rough in this first inning, they're able to get it without giving up a run. And then he could be lights out the rest of the way. That's the hope. That is high and outside. Full count, 3-2. Again, Heggie had a 2.17 ERA on the season. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Heggie gets his first strikeout of the game. And that will bring up Kellen Bank. Bank, the third baseman.
Number 12, Kellen Bank.
Batted .351 on the season. On deck is left fielder Nate Finney. So Heggie working from the stretch. Looks back at second, comes home. That is low. Ball one, 1-0. Runner trying to bait a throw or distract at the very least, and that is low, 2-0. So Heggie, probably the strongest pitcher on this Crofton team. I kind of thought they might go with a rotation of pitchers, trying to pitch maybe 2 or 3 innings. We'll see. Because Bankston had a really nice performance at districts as well. So between Bankston, Munski, and Heggie, you have a really nice 3-man rotation there. But that is outside, 3-0. And that is high and inside, ball 4. So now runners at first and second with 1 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. That brings up left fielder, number 9, Nate Finney. Finney batted .439 on the season, so he's looking to try to get somebody home here. He's a left-handed batter, nice big kid. Here's the throw over to second, not in time. Ball escapes Kaiser's glove there for a second. So here's the first pitch to Finney. That ball's chopped just past the second baseman, Knapp, into right field. There might be a play at home, and there will not be. That is the first run of the game on the first hit of the game for Castlewood. So Castlewood takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first inning. That brings up second baseman number 8, Booker Schooley. So now runners at first and second, 1 run across, just 1 down. Crofton looking maybe for a double play to try to get out of this inning. Booker Schooley batted .184 on the season. That ball is cracked a bat Slow roller fielded there at third base by Munski. Only play was to first, so technically probably a sacrifice by Schooley, but I think that broke his bat, cracked his bat. So now Finney's at second, Bank is at third with 2 down.
Center fielder number 16, Aiden Stewart.
Brings up center fielder Aiden Stewart. Aiden Stewart, a pickup player from Elkton, batted .391 on the year. He's also a left-handed batter. That is chopped shot just over third base, and that'll score 1. And that'll score 2 on the double. So the second hit of the game for Castlewood scores 2 runs, making it 3-0 in favor of the Ravens. So Stewart's at second. Finney scores. Bank scores. And that brings up catcher Blaine Schliessman.
Batting 7th for Castlewood, the catcher number 15, Blaine Schliessman.
Now, if you could see the outfield, you would see the flags are perfectly still. There is no breeze going through right now. Hence the sweat, if you're watching on the screen. So again, Blaine Schliessman, the catcher, steps up. Heggie looks back. Gets a swing and a miss for strike 1. So strike 1. 0-1 with a runner on second to Schliessman. On deck is Lucas Ching. Ball's chopped foul, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second here in the bottom half of the first. 3 runs have come across for Castlewood. They have 2 hits, no errors so far. Here's the pitch from Zach Heggie, and that is in the dirt. Gets past Merriam, makes it to the backstop, and the runner will advance to third. So the count is 1-2 now with the runner 90 feet away as Schliessman awaits the 1-2 pitch. So again, Wynot's season came to an end during the 11 o'clock game. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So they will not be playing anymore. Crofton would love to be playing, but they will head into the second inning with a 3-run deficit as they scored 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors with 1 runner left on base. After 1, it's Castlewood 3, Crofton nothing on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, kvtk.com, and 5 stars streaming on YouTube. We'll be right back after these messages from Whitmire & Associates and Menno State Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher from Brandon.
Hitting it off with the right real estate broker can be tricky sometimes. You want a broker who's experienced and knows what they're doing, creative to properly advertise, determined to get the job done for you, and honest so you know you can trust them. Bridget Whitmire's repeat real estate customers prove that she fits all of those. So when you are ready to buy or sell your next property, look up Bridget Whitmire at Whitmire & Associates in Fordyce, Nebraska. To see all my listings, visit whitmireassociates.com.
At Menno State Bank, our team is dedicated to the traditions of service. We offer a wide array of products to accommodate all your financial needs, including checking and savings accounts, CDs, loans, IRAs, debit cards, credit cards, a 24-hour ATM, and online banking. Be sure to inquire about our competitive rates. Menno State Bank, member FDIC, proud to serve the Menno community and surrounding areas.
And a Tabor Lumber Co-op ad.
Since 1958, Tabor Lumber Co-op, located in Tabor and Lesterville, has been your trusted partner in agricultural service and supply. Need an egg building? We do any size, any frame. And in the field, we're with you every step of the way. With cropland seed, liquid and dry fertilizer, custom spraying, soil, tissue, and grid sampling, and precision mapping. This is more than just a co-op. This is Tabor Lumber Co-op. Stop by today. We're here to help you grow.
Tabor Lumber Co-op is a proud sponsor of South Central League Baseball.
Well, hello. Welcome back. This is South Central League Baseball at the State Amateur Tournament. Got my trusty USD towel, my Coyote towel, whatever you want to call it, as we are proud to be the flagship station for Coyote Athletics as well. We're heading into the top of the second inning. Batting for Crofton will be James Kaiser, Andy Knapp, and Colton Schieffer. So James Kaiser, shortstop, his bat's really been coming alive, but this season total, he batted 185, but that is just definitely not indicative of how he's been playing the last few weeks. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. So, Gower, Crofton did not get a run across, but Gower didn't pitch perfectly. They battled him pretty hard. Now that's in for a strike, 2-1. So we'll see if Crofton can eventually turn that into maybe a hit, another walk, maybe a wild pitch if a runner's on, just something to manufacture a run, get on the board here. That is outside, 3-1. Again, on deck is Andy Knapp. Who's on deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Chris Hay Grinding. That pitch is lifted down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, but it'll be caught by the left fielder for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down. That brings up the second baseman, number 42, Andy Knapp. On deck is right fielder, number 50, Colton Schieffer. Knapp gets a hold of that one, pops it up over by the third baseline. Will it stay in play? It will not. So, it's a high strike for strike one. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 down here in the top of the second. Crofton trying to get something going. And that is ball 1, 1-1. So on the season for Crofton, Andy Knapp batted 125. That pitch is lifted into right center field. That might just fall where nobody is, and center fielder glides on over to field that and catch it for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. And that brings up right fielder and manager, number 50, Colton Schieffer. Schieffer batted 310 on the season. He'd love to use that batting average to get a hit here. Fouls that off. 0-1. Texting my daughter to see what time her deadlift competition is tomorrow. That pitch is outside, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on, 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Oh, called a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Gower. That is out of the zone. 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Only we had 2 on, but we don't. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here's the pitch. That is chopped foul. Count remains 2-2. Might have been ball 3, but when you have 2 strikes, you sometimes need to bat defensively. So here's the 2-2 pitch. That's chopped. Wow. Over the head of the pitcher. He is able to field it, though, and just get Colton Schieffer by a step. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 1.5 innings, it's Castlewood 3, Crofton nothing. We'll be back with the bottom half of the second after these messages. This is South Central League Baseball at the State Tournament, brought to you by our sponsors, including Core Trust Bank, Why Not Oil, and Menno Olivet Care Center on ESPN Radio, KVTK.com, and 5-star streaming on YouTube. From Brandon, I'm Michael Schumacher.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
The Why Not Oil Company in Why Not, Nebraska. Call them for all your farm delivery needs like fuel, grease, and oil. The Why Not Oil Company can also assist you with your auto and ag tire needs, whether you need new or just a repair. They now offer hydraulic hose repair and sell acetylene tanks. Find knowledgeable technicians to get your ag and automotive repairs done right. The Why Not Oil Company has a convenience store that carries light groceries, sandwiches, and more. Why Not Oil Company, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Welcome back, and it's the bottom half of the second inning. Leading off for Castlewood will be Lucas Ching, who belts that down the third baseline. Fielded cleanly by Munski. Nice throw to first to get the first out. Brings up Adam Ching, who was on deck. Who's on deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. So one down. Adam Ching is now up, and then the top of the order with Gus Steiger. And so now, I do have a couple people who have texted. I have people watching in Crofton, people watching in Mitchell. Where are you watching from? I have Ben watching from Mitchell. He's a Tabor fan, so I'm sure he'll watch tomorrow night. That's hit to left center field. That could be trouble. Justin Potts cannot catch up to it. Bounces off the wall. And Adam Ching will be in with a double. So, the third hit of the game for Castlewood puts a runner on second and brings up the leadoff hitter, Gus Steiger, who singled and scored his first time up. First pitch is in for a ball, 1-0. So one ball, no strikes, one down, one on. That's ball two, 2-0. Yep, Ben's going to watch. And we have someone watching in Rosemount, Minnesota. I think she's also watching a Twins game, kind of combo of the two, and that's cool. That is ball 3-0. I should say what's left of the Twins. 40% of their roster, Major League roster, traded off the trade deadline. Come on. And that is ball 4. So 4-pitch walk puts runners at first and second with one down. So that will bring up Alex Gower. Gower's struck out his first time up. So runners at first and second, one down. So one ball, no strikes. That ball is lifted into left center field. That's going to get between the two fielders, and that will score 2 runs on the double by Alex Gower. So that makes the score 5-0 in favor of Castlewood on 4 hits. No errors. Still just one down here in the second inning, so Gower gets his first hit of the game. As Steiger scores and Ching scores. Swing and a miss for strike one, 0-1. So 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the second. Castlewood with a 5-0 lead with just 1 down. With Kellen Bank up, he walked his first time up, walked and scored. Nate Finney's on deck. That pitch is out of the zone. 1-1. That is also out of the zone, 2-1. That's in the zone, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. And that strike 3 does get past the catcher. Merriam throws it down to first, and that will get the runner to advance. But that does have 2 down now with the runner at third, and that will bring up Nate Finney, who singled and scored his last time up.
For the Ravens, the left fielder, Nate Finney.
So Ben Costel, he's watching tonight. He's going to be watching Tabor tomorrow. He says, "Go Birds." That pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. That's inside, evens the count at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on third. And that is chopped down the first baseline, fielded by Cook, and he'll just step on the bag for out number 3. So, in the inning, though, you get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of 2, it's Castlewood 5, Crofton nothing. We'll be back with the 3rd inning after these messages from Menno Olivet Care Center and Integrity Insurance. From Brandon, I'm Michael Schumacher on ESPN Radio and KVTK.com and 5-Star Streaming.
Since 1971, the Menno Olivet Care Center in Menno, South Dakota has been providing skilled nursing, long-term, assisted living, rehab, and respite care in their 49-bed facility. The staff at Menno Olivet Care Center provides a high quality of compassionate care guided by their mission statement, responding to and sharing God's love through the service to people. Join the nursing or CNA staff by applying to the Menno Olivet Care Center's Facebook page. Finding the right insurance is about considering all of your insurance options. At Integrity Insurance Group in Wynot and Yankton, they help their clients to have more opportunities with multiple insurance companies under one roof to make sure that they get the right coverage for the best price. Contact Brandy or Ivy and start insuring with Integrity today. Integrity Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast. IntegrityInsuranceGroup.com.
At Renewable Ag Products, their business is based on customer relationships and customer service. They coordinate distiller supplies to provide area livestock producers with their commodity needs by working closely with multiple ethanol and processing plants within their region. Their office trades a core group of feed ingredients that include modified distillers, wet distillers, dry distillers, grain, corn syrup, soybean meal, soy hull pellets, corn gluten feed, and corn screening. Call Renewable Ag Products and talk with Henry or Frank. They do their best to make your purchasing decisions easy.
Welcome back to First National Bank Field in Aspen Park in Brandon, South Dakota, as we enter the 3rd inning. Crofton trailing 5-0, needing to get something going. And batting this inning, leading off will be Tyler Cook, followed by Justin Potts, and then Seth Wiebelhaus with the top of the order. So Gower rolling along now. First pitch is hit over to second. Fielded cleanly over to first for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. 1 up, 1 down. That brings up Justin Potts, who was on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. As I said, there's no breeze and it's muggy out here. Pitch is outside, 1-0. That's hit into right center field, and that will hang up there just long enough to be caught in center field. for the second out of the inning. So 3 pitches, 2 outs.
Crofton, the top of the order.
Brings up center fielder Seth Wiebelhaus. On deck is pitcher Zach Heggie. That pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Thankfully, I'm like Charles Emerson Winchester III off of MASH. I don't sweat, I perspire a lot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is high, 1-1. Pitch misses, makes the count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the third. Crofton just with nothing going on, no hits yet. Swing and a miss for strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top half of the third inning. That is outside, full count, 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. That is lifted foul. Out of play. The count remains 3-2. That's going to be lifted into shallow right center field. Will anybody get to it? Yes, they will. And that will be another 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 2.5, it's Castlewood 5, Crofton nothing. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after these messages from our sponsors, including Renewable Ag Products, Downtown Auto Service, and Central Farmers Cooperative.
If your car can't get you all the way home or just needs regular maintenance, call Downtown Auto Service in Crofton with a commitment to providing you with honest quality service with reasonable prices. With the technology and expertise Downtown Auto Service in Crofton provides, your car will have the best care imaginable. When it comes to your vehicle, you want the best, and Downtown Auto Service in Crofton is not only the best downtown, it's the best all around. That's Downtown Auto Service in Crofton.
Central Farmers Cooperative is more than just a business, they're your local partner in success. Whether you're in need of quality seed, reliable chemicals, or expert crop advice, they have you covered. With years of expertise, they know what it takes to help you grow your farm, your future, and your community. Stop by today or call Chris at 605-660-4146 and let them help you grow. Central Farmers Cooperative in Irene, your trusted farm partner for 2025 and beyond.
Does your bank have banker hours? This is Lynn Peterson. At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we offer extended drive-through transaction hours with our teller on demand. Just simply pull up, push a button, and a live teller will pop up on the screen, ready to assist you with a wide variety of banking transactions. And our teller on demand is available weekdays, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. How about those banker hours? Teller on demand, exclusively at Elkhorn Valley Bank, Yankton.
Welcome back to First National Bank Field in Aspen Park in Brandon, South Dakota. New pitcher for Crofton is Wilson Munski. He and Zach Heggie trade positions, so Zach Heggie is now at third. And the first pitch from Munski is a ball, 1-0. He's pitching to Booker Schooley, followed by Aiden Stewart on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by Chris Haygrinding, and then Blaine Schliessman. That pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Like I said, Munski did a really nice job during the district tournament. That pitch out of the zone, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. That pitch is outside, makes it 3-1. And that is ball 4. And that will put a runner at first in the form of second baseman Booker Schooley. That'll bring up center fielder Aiden Stewart. Stewart doubled and made it to third in the first inning. Again, Aiden Stewart is a pickup from the Elkton Snappers. On deck is catcher Blaine Schliessman. Stewart looks to bunt, and that goes inside, and that hit him. So that will put runners at first and second. So runners at first and second, nobody out as catcher Blaine Schliessman comes in. Schliessman struck out his first time up. On deck is Lucas Ching. That pitch is bunted foul. Moves the count to 0-1. Munski getting stretched out there as Stewart takes time out to tie his shoes over at first base. Again, it's a turf infield and a grass outfield here in Aspen Park at First National Bank Field. Well kept. Obviously, there was some rain, and so this morning they're out with a heavy-duty leaf blower, just blowing at the outfield, seeing if they can get the moisture off before the 11 o'clock game. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Munski. That's in for a strike, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Munski looks back, comes home. Ooh, just out of the zone. Ball 1, 1-2. So again, Tabor will play tomorrow night, 7:30. So kind of a similar situation as tonight. Not quite sure when they'll play, but it'll be here on ESPN Radio and on 5-Star streaming. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that is the first out of the inning. As Brooke Schliessman goes down swinging, and that'll bring up first baseman Lucas Ching. On deck, right fielder Adam Ching. And then Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, that game will start at 11, and it'll start on our broadcast right at 11 because we have the church service on ESPN Radio at starting at 10 o'clock. So we might go live on 5-Star earlier, but the ESPN side will start pretty much right at 11. So just so you are aware of that. First pitch to Ching is a ball, 1-0. Ball 2, 2-0. That ball is lifted foul. 2-1.
First baseman, Lucas Ching.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on here in the bottom half of the third. Castlewood leading Crofton 5-0. That ball's chopped down the third baseline. Zach Hagee cannot field it cleanly. He will get a throw over to first, but that will not get them in time. That will be an error, and bases will be loaded. So runners at every base with 1 down here in the bottom half of the third inning. So Ching at first, Stewart at second, and Schooley at third. Brings up Adam Ching, who doubled his first time up. That was just last inning. On deck is the top of the order, and Gus Steiger. Pitches outside, 1-0. That pitch is chopped over to second with one down. Can they get two? They cannot, so 1 run scores. They do get the runner at second, so now runners at first and third with 2 down. Score is now 6-0 in favor of Castlewood. So Adam Ching reaches technically on a sacrifice. That brings up Gus Steiger, who has walked and singled. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. So 1-1 pitch. Munski on the mound. Pitch is fouled straight back, 1-2. So 1 run across, but Crofton would like to hold it to that. Castlewood would love to make it a crooked number. Right now they lead 6-0 here in the bottom half of the third inning. So Steiger's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. Love to make it 2 for 2. That pitch is high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Deuce is wild here in the bottom half of the third inning. Pitch is lifted down the right field line. Tyler Cook going over. Will it stay in play? It does not. It hits the bleachers down the right field line. So count remains 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. As Castlewood has 1 run in. See if they can make it more. See if Crofton can stop it, as they are already trailing 6-0, and Alex Gower seems to be pitching lights out. That ball is laced up the middle, and Wiebelhaus will not be able to get to this, and he slips fielding it. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And Steiger will be in. I don't think they'll call that an error because I'm pretty sure he slipped out there. So I think we call that a triple as 2 runs score. Making it 8-0 in favor of Castlewood on their 5th hit of the game. And that puts a runner at third, and that brings up pitcher Alex Gower. Man, Gower would love to get some insurance across here as well. Gower, 1 for 2 with a single, and with a double. That's in for strike 1, 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
Fans, that triple means 3 16-ounce Busch Lights for $8 till the end of this inning. 3 16-ounce Busch Lights for $8 to the end of this inning.
Pitch is outside, 2-1. And that is ball 3, 3-1. That is fouled off. 3-2, full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on. See how that went? 3-2-2-1. 3-2-1 contact. It's something like that. So here's the 3-2 pitch, payoff pitch from Munski to Gower, and that is fouled off. Count remains 3-2. So Munski in his first inning relief has had some bad luck out in the field. Seth Wiebelhaus slipping. Zach Heggie not able to cleanly field one at third. That ball is hit just past the second baseman. That will score another run, making it 9-0 in favor of Castlewood on that single. Their 6th hit of the game. And that will score Steiger. And so now with a runner on first, that brings up third baseman Kellen Bank. Bank has walked and struck out. Not much lighting up here, so I apologize if I duck out. I'm not snorting anything, nothing like that. I'm just looking at my sheet here. That pitch is in for a strike to Bank. Again, walked and struck out, so he's technically 0 for 1. And the count is 0-1. That ball is chopped over to Kaiser at short, fielded cleanly, throw over to first in time for the third out of the inning. But what an inning for Castlewood.
Castlewood in the bottom of the third inning. 4 runs on 2 hits.
4 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and one runner left on base. At the end of 3, it's Castlewood 9, Crofton nothing. We'll be back with the 4th inning after these messages. Brought to you by our sponsors, including Elkhorn Valley Bank, Parker Hannafin, and Greg Davis Excavation.
Parker Hannafin in Yankton has proudly produced filters in their communities for 40 years. With a mission to protect their customers' engines and equipment from first to last use, you know you can trust Parker Hannafin. They have superb product quality, an extensive distribution network, and the industry's broadest product line. All of this in 40 years of doing what they're good at. That's Parker Hannafin in Yankton. Check out their website to see their wide variety of products and how they can help you. Parker Hannafin in Yankton is a proud supporter of all South Central League athletes. If you're in need of concrete or excavation work this year, call on Greg Davis Excavation and Concrete of Irene. Greg wishes the Irene Cardinals amateur baseball team good luck in tonight's game and all season long. Greg Davis Excavation and Concrete, a proud supporter of all area activities and the Irene Cardinals baseball team. If you want it done the right way, call Greg Davis Excavation and Concrete, 605-661-0425. Insurance can be complicated, but it doesn't have to be when you insure with Midwest Insurance Agency, located at 3016 Piper Street in Yankton. Through 3 generations, the Devine family has been awarded numerous awards and has spent many hours serving the community. Travis and Whitney Devine currently carry on that legacy. They know what is best when it comes to insuring your property, vehicles, and other equipment because they're just like you. Midwest Insurance Agency, Yankton. Call 605-665-2389 to book your appointment.
Welcome back to Brandon. Zach Heggie leads off this inning for Crofton. On deck is Connor Merriam. Who's on deck? Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. So it's Zach Heggie, Connor Merriam, and Wilson Munski. Crofton trails 9-0 here on ESPN Radio and 5-star streaming on YouTube. From First National Bank Field in Aspen Park and Brandon, I'm Michael Schumacher. So 2 balls, no strikes to Zach Heggie. That pitch, 3-0. Sorry, that's now 4-0. So Zach Heggie is aboard via a walk.
And that walk brought to you by Grand Slam sponsor, Sanford Orthopedics.
That puts a runner at first, and that brings up Connor Merriam, the catcher from Menno, who struck out back in the first inning. Here's the pitch from Gower. That is in for a strike, 0-1. That pitch gets past the catcher. Heggie's going to make it down to second as Schliessman unable to handle that one. So ball 1, 1-1. The runner at second now. Crofton needing to get some runs to get back into this game. That pitch is hit into right center field. I think that's going to drop. And it does. That's going to make it to the fence. Miriam rounds first. Heggie rounds third. And Miriam will be in with a double. And so that is Crofton's first hit of the game. And it scores a run. So it's now 9-1 in favor of Castlewood.
For Crofton, the pitcher Wilson Munsky.
So that brings up pitcher Wilson Munsky. On deck, shortstop James Kaiser. Pitch is fouled off, 0-1. See, we now have some light up here. You can see James Simbrek over my shoulder here. That's James right there. That pitch gets past the catcher. Now, all of a sudden, another runner in scoring position for Crofton, as it's 1-1 on Munsky and Miriam. Nope, they did not announce who the runner was. Might be Jared Wiebelhaus. It is Jared Wiebelhaus out there. That is high, 2-1. That is ball 3, 3-1. That's in for a strike. Munsky was getting ready to head down to first, but it's now a full count, 3-2. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the difference of a call like that. Was it a ball? Was it a strike? If it was a ball, it's runners at first and third. It became a strike, and now it's the runner at third with one down. So that brings up James Kaiser. Shortstop James Kaiser, who flew out to left field back in the first, or back in the second. Andy Knapp, second baseman, is on deck. Pitch is outside, 1-0. Two and 0. So Gower starting to scuffle just a little bit. Just one run across, though, so far for Crofton, with one out. Love to get a crooked number up there. That's in for a strike, 2-1. Good crowd here from both towns. That ball's chopped down the third baseline. They're going to, no, they thought about coming home. They will not, and he will be out at first. But on the sacrifice, the second run of the game is scored for Crofton. So Kaiser will not record a plate appearance or an at-bat because he did sacrifice. Jared Wiebelhaus scores, makes it 9-2 in favor of Castlewood. Brings up Andy Knapp, who flew out to center field his first time up. That's chopped down the first baseline, and that is fielded there, taken there, and that will be the third out of the inning. But in the inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 3.5, it's Castlewood 9, Crofton 2. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 4th inning after these messages. This from Merchant State Bank and from Crofton Lakeview Golf Course. This is South Central League Baseball at the state tournament. From Brandon, I'm Michael Schumacher.
You will find Merchant State Bank in Freeman, Hurley, Viborg, and Irene, the bank that offers big bank products to meet your financial needs. Merchant State Bank's mission is to promote economic stability within the communities they call home. Visit Merchant State Bank at msb-sd.com to browse their website. Merchant State Bank is proud to sponsor the athletic and academic activities of the communities they serve. Merchant State Bank, since 1899, an equal opportunity lender.
Crofton Crofton Lakeview Golf Course is located on the bluff overlooking the panoramic Lewis and Clark Lake in northeast Nebraska. Opened in 1989, the 9-hole regulation public course offers 3,149 yards of golf with a par 36. The course rating is a 35.5 with a slope rating of 115. Crofton Lakeview Golf Course is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Good luck all South Central teams.
Leading off this inning for Castlewood, it will be Nate Finney. He'll be followed by Booker Schooley. Schooley's on deck, so who's on deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall, and then Aiden Schmidt, the center fielder. So first pitch was a ball. Connor Merriam goes out to talk to Munski just to make sure they're on the same page, as the count is now 1-0. And that is outside, 2-0. So quickly down 3-0 here on the leadoff batter, Schooley. Or Finney, sorry. And that is ball 4, so Finney is aboard. Leadoff batter is available, or on board, sorry. And that'll bring up second baseman Booker Schooley. Schooley sacrificed and walked, so no official at-bats. He does have one run scored.
Ravens, the second baseman, Booker Schooley.
On deck is center fielder Aiden Stewart. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 0-1. That pitch is out of the zone. 1-1. So Munski working from the stretch. Comes home, swing and a miss. Strike two, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. That pitch is high, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Munski comes home, that is hit foul. Count remains 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that'll be the first out of the inning. So 1 down with a runner on first as Schooley goes down swinging. That'll bring up center fielder Aiden Stewart, who has singled and was hit by a pitch earlier tonight. Scored 1 run.
The center fielder, Aiden Stewart.
He's, of course, the pickup player from Elkton. On deck is catcher Blaine Schließman. The bat goes out to first base. The ball hits the catcher. So that's strike 1, 0-1. That's, it's really humid today in these last 2 games. That's the 3rd time I've seen that happen. I hadn't seen it at all in the morning. But in these last 2 games, I saw it twice in the game right before this between Flandreau and Clark, where the bat just leaped out of the hand on a swing, and the player was just caught unawares. So it is strike 1, 0-1, with 1 down and 1 on. Aiden Stewart, the left-handed batter, steps back in with a runner on first. Squares to bunt. Bunts that foul. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, 1 on here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Munski comes home, and that is outside, 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike number 3. So that's now 2 down here in the bottom half of the 4th with a runner on first.
Catcher Blaine Schliesman.
That brings up catcher Blaine Schliesman. All right. I wasn't seeing stuff moving there because I couldn't hear it in my headset, but it looks like we still got sound, so if we don't, text me. All right, so Schliesman comes up. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 0-1. So Crofton looking to try to get out of their first inning without letting Castlewood score. 2 down, runner on first here. That is ball 1, 1-1. That's strike 2, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 1 on. Munski comes home. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. 3 strikeouts, strikes out the side, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on after 4. It's Crofton 2, Castlewood 9. We'll be back with the 5th inning after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and 5-star streaming on YouTube. We'll be back after these messages from Jones Feed and Grain Trucking, as well as the Keg.
Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska is proud to serve the northeast Nebraska and surrounding tri-state area of Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa. When you need feed for your livestock, they haul dry or liquid right to your farm. When you need fertilizer, they also haul dry or liquid. Why not give Jones Feed and Grain Trucking a call to save you time and money with your feed or fertilizer needs? That's Jones Feed and Grain Trucking in Wynot, Nebraska, serving the tri-state area.
The Keg and Tabor is a great place to enjoy some food or a cold one. The grill is on at 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Order yourself some appetizers, steak tips, a burger, or some fries or tots. Order up a cold one to go with your meal. Lunch specials are served Monday through Friday. Looking for a place to host a party? Check out the beer garden at the Keg. On the way to the game, make sure you stop by the Keg and Tabor to pick up your cold beverages and munchies. Mike and Anita are proud sponsors of Tabor Bluebirds and all South Central League baseball teams.
Joe Substation in Lesterville says go Bronx, and so should you. Go to Joe Substation when you are hungry. They serve that amazing Alaskan pollock and delicious roasted chicken. Lunch specials are served Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 1, and on Wednesday it's the all-you-can-eat roasted chicken and fish buffet served from 5 to 8 p.m. Weekends the kitchen is open from 5 p. to 9, so when you're out and about, hungry and need some nourishment or a cold beverage, Joe's Substation is the place. 4 miles south of Lesterville. Go Bronx!
Welcome back to First National Bank Field in Brandon's Aspen Park. Leading off the 5th inning for Crofton will be right fielder Colton Schieffer. On deck is Tyler Cook. Who's on deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding, and he'll be followed by Justin Potts. Crofton trails by a score of 9-2. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1, 0-1. But last inning was a net positive for Crofton. They scored 2, gave up none. They'd love to do that again right here. That's fouled off, 0-2. That is in the dirt, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out to Colton Schieffer. Here in the 5th inning, Crofton would love to get another run or two, and that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down. That brings up Tyler Cook.
And fans.
On deck, Justin Potts.
In a couple outs. For the Blue Jays, the first baseman, Tyler Cook.
First pitch to Cook is high, 1-0. That's in the dirt, 2-0. So Justin Potts waits on deck. Tyler Cook at bat. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that is also in the dirt. Gower suddenly having some yips, as that is 3-0. These aren't just nibbling at the edges. These are bouncing in the dirt on the other side of the batter's box. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's the same thing. Ball 4. I'm expecting a meeting on the mound here because those were a little bit weird. So that puts a runner at first. And that brings up Justin Potts. No meeting on the mound. No meeting on the mound. So like I said, I thought there might be just with how off some of those pitches were. But give Gower a chance to right himself here as Justin Potts, the left-handed hitter, steps in. Inside, ball 1, 1-0. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on here in the top half of the 5th inning. Gower working from the stretch, comes set, and that is inside, 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down and 1 on here in the top half of the 5th inning. If Justin Potts don't hit into a double play, it will be the top of the order, and Seth Wiebelhaus. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Seth Wiebelhaus.
1 out away from bingo for the Blue Jays, the top of the order, and center fielder Seth Wiebelhaus.
So Wiebelhaus, a track star in Mount Marty, now a coach at Mount Marty. Chops that over to third. Not fielded cleanly. And that'll put runners at first and second. I don't know if that's an error or a hit. We'll see what they call it. We're going to call it a hit here for now. It puts runners at first and second. They haven't called it anything on the scoreboard. That pitch gets past the catcher, and so runners now at second and third.
For Crofton, third baseman Zach Heggie.
So that brings up Zach Heggie. They did rule it an error. So Heggie now ahead in the count, 1-0. So if you're watching the screen, just have to get up just a little bit because these bar stool type chairs are not the most comfortable. That is a slow roller to second. They're going to field it, throw over to first in time to get Heggie. So no runs will score. And so no runs, no hits, 1 error.
For Crofton, in the top of the 5th inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left.
2 runners left on base. At the end of 4.5, it is Castlewood 9, Crofton 2. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 5th inning after these messages from the Beer Garden in Menno, Joe's Substation, and Byerly Insurance.
Minnow Beer Garden, where the game's always on, the drinks are cold, and the wings and pizzas are delicious. There's Chislic and burgers too. Gather your crew for a night of darts, pool, or casino fun. Or soak up the sun on the spacious outdoor area. Whether you're cheering on your favorite team or just looking for a laid-back hangout, Menno Beer Garden is your destination. You won't go hungry or thirsty when you hang at the legendary Beer Garden in Menno.
Byerly Insurance would like to welcome new customers offering no obligation quotes. They will gladly travel to you with their mobile insurance service, doing business in Yankton, Lesterville, Menno, and surrounding areas of the South Central League. Give Rita Byerly or Brody Byerly a call at 605-387-5999 or go to ByerlyINS.com. When it comes to insurance for autos, home, farm, liability, commercial, work comp, or bonds, Byerly Insurance covers the bases.
Welcome back to First National Bank Stadium in Aspen Park in Brandon, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher, covering South Central League Baseball at the South Dakota Amateur Baseball Tournament. I see Hall of Famer Tom Stotz coming up the steps here. And we're getting ready as the bottom half of the fifth for Castlewood. Leading off will be Lucas Cheng, followed by Adam Cheng, and then Gus Steiger. First pitch fouled off. Strike one, 0-1. So Tom Stotz and Lee Hymas and Doug Schooley, they're all going to be part of the Hall of Fame festivities next weekend, I believe on Saturday, the 16th. That pitch is lifted down the right field line. That is going to be foul, but will it be caught? No, it will not be caught. So that is now 0-2. As Munski really seems to be getting his bearings here. As last inning was the first inning that nobody scored for Castlewood. So, all right. Munski now, 0-2 pitch. Ooh, I thought it caught the outside corner. They decided it did not. 1-2. So 1-2 pitch coming from Munski. Now that was out of the zone. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out to the leadoff batter, Ching, who will be followed by Ching, then Steiger. Low and inside, 3-2, full count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Munski gets the first out of the inning. On Ching, that'll bring up Adam Ching.
The right fielder, Adam Ching.
So Adam Ching doubled and sacrificed, so he is 1 for 1 today. 1 for 1. Pitches out of the zone, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. So if you're Crofton, just not giving up runs is your biggest thing right now, and then scoring when you're up is the next biggest thing. So it's 1-2. That's called a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Ball 3, 3-2. And that is ball 4. So now runner at first with 1 down. That brings up the top of the order, and Gus Steiger.
And shortstop Gus Steiger.
Steiger has scored 3 runs. He's walked once, singled once, and tripled. Last inning was the first inning that he didn't get an at-bat. That is out of the zone, 1-0. So Ching gets his lead off of first. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 1-1. So I tell you what, I am looking forward to the air conditioning of that pickup on the way home because it is muggy out here. I'm just sweaty and ugh. No breeze out here tonight. So 2 balls, 1 strike. It's heavy. It's sticky. And I'm not doing anything physical. I couldn't imagine doing something physical in this weather. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Here in the bottom half of the 5th, here's the pitch from Munski. Swing and a miss for strike 2, 2-2. So Munski's doing really well. A rough first inning out there, but no runs, no hits in the second inning of relief. Did offer a walk, but he has a strikeout, so feels like he's pitching pretty well. That is high, 3-2. It is kind of what we saw at the district tournament. He did pitch really well there. That pitch is popped up, foul, and out of play. Count remains 3-2. So full count, payoff pitch, runner on first with 1 down. Fouled off. Merriam could not keep it from touching the ground, though, so we'll do it again. Full count, 3-2. So Steiger settles in. That is a called strike 3. And so now 2 down with a runner on first. Munski with 2 strikeouts. Actually, Munski with 5 strikeouts here in the last 2 innings. 6 overall in 2 2/3 innings of work. That brings up pitcher Alex Gower. Pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Ching gets a small lead off of first. That pitch is low and inside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down. As Crofton struggling, but man, if they can keep Castlewood, I was going to say Centerville, Castlewood from scoring, gives them a chance. See if they can get something in the top of the inning, because it does look like Gower has been struggling, unless they bring in a relief pitcher. So here's the 2-1 pitch to Gower from Munski. It's in for strike 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out with 1 on here in the bottom half of the 5th. Castlewood leading Crofton by a score of 9-2. That's another full count for Munski. 3-2. On Gower, on deck is Kellen Bank. That ball is hit sharply over to second. Over to first from Andy Knapp for the 3rd out of the inning. So, in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 5, it's Castlewood 9, Crofton 2. We'll be back after these messages from Rural Manufacturing and Larson Carpet. This is South Central League Baseball on ESPN Radio, KVTK.com, and 5-star streaming on YouTube.
Rural Manufacturing Company of Freeman is this area's distributor of PWA poly-bulk storage bins that come in several sizes from 1 to 18 ton. PWA bins are very moisture-proof, non-corrosive, and extremely durable, offering a 7-year warranty. Being able to see into the bin gives you the security of a visual feed level. If you have an acreage, check out our pale fill options to feed your animals. Rural Manufacturing of Freeman offers setup and delivery and a variety of accessories to complete your bin. PWA bins are in stock and on display at Rural Manufacturing, or call 605-925-7135 for more details.
Larson Carpet has the best flooring for your space, lifestyle, and budget. Family owned and operated since 1972, Larson Carpet offers a huge variety of flooring options, both in stock and special order. When you want the job done right, come to Larson Carpet. Located at 208 Walnut Street in the Meridian District, Larson Carpet is your friendly, family-owned flooring specialist that is right for you.
Need your car towed? A little body work done after your tow? 402 Collision and Towing can give you a tow, fix the dents, and detail the car out for you all at one time. When your car is back to perfection and you need your oil changed, 402 Collision and Towing can do that also. Talk about great service and perfection under one roof. That's what 402 Collision and Towing in Crofton can do for you. 402 Collision and Towing, offering the Crofton and surrounding area perfection when it comes to your car.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball at the South Dakota State Amateur Tournament in Brandon. I'm Michael Schumacher. As we enter the top of the 6th inning, Connor Merriam leads off for Crofton. On deck is Wilson Munsky. Who's on deck is brought to you by Chris Haygrinding in Tyndall. Then in the hole is James Kaiser. Crofton trails 9-2, but they have outscored Castlewood 2-0 in the last 2 innings. So if they could get another 2-run inning here. That pitch is outside. 2-0. 3-0, sorry. Missed one there. That pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. Merriam heads down to first. So a leadoff walk puts a runner on for Crofton. That brings up pitcher Wilson Munsky. On deck is shortstop James Kaiser. That's in for a strike, 0-1.
For the Bluejays, the pitcher Wilson Munsky.
That pitch right up the middle to Alex Gower over to first for a double play. You don't get unlucky like that too often. So that is a 1-3 double play.
The courtesy runner at first base for Crofton, number 15, Jared Weebelhaus.
So Jared Weebelhaus is caught off of first, like you would think they would. So that brings up James Kaiser now with 2 out and nobody on. In 14U baseball, Vermilion went 1-1 today. They play Millbank tomorrow at 10 o'clock in Sioux Falls. Swing and miss. Strike 1, 1-1. I believe Bon Home Baseball is at the 14U tournament as well. Let's see if they have an update. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is popped up. Will it stay in play? Schlieselman goes back. He cannot corral it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And that ball's chopped over to second, fielded cleanly. Over to first for the third out of the inning. So technically a 1-2-3 inning.
In the top of the sixth inning.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. At the end of 5.5, it's Castlewood 9, Crofton 2. We'll be back with the bottom of the sixth after these messages. This is South Central League Baseball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and 5-star streaming on YouTube. We'll be back after these messages from the Bone Setter and the Corner Nugget. From Brandon, I'm Michael Schumacher.
Welcome to the Bone Setter Chiropractic. I'm Dr. TJ Stoats. Our office is located at 215 Mulberry, Suite 9 in downtown Yankton. At our new and inviting clinic, we offer a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, exercise and nutrition advice, as well as state-of-the-art examination techniques. The Bone Setter brings you comfort when there is discomfort. The Bone Setter, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, or online at thebonesetter.com.
Friendly place to have a drink with friends and family. Darts, pool, big screen TV, nice, friendly, hospitable staff, great decor for family and community gatherings. How about 5 stars? Tremendous place for local people to meet. These are just a few of the comments about the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Have you been there yet? If not, sounds like you should head to the Corner Nugget in Lesterville. Music, cold beverages, and your favorite drink mixed just right. The Corner Nugget is a proud sponsor of the Lesterville Bronx. Stop in and catch a game on the big screen.
Welcome back to South Central League Baseball at the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Leading off here in the bottom of the sixth for Castlewood will be Kellen Bank, followed by Nate Finney. Nate Finney's Who's on Deck. So Who's on Deck is brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Third batter up this inning will be second baseman Booker Schooley. First pitch to Bank is a strike, 0-1. In for a strike, 0-2. So Munski pitching well. 0-2 pitch. Oh, not called a strike. It's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's outside. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside, full count, 3-2 now to the leadoff batter, Bank, with Finney and Schooley on deck and in the hole. And after an 0-2 start, 4 consecutive balls does lead to a walk, so leadoff runner is aboard for Castlewood.
For the Ravens,
Brings up left fielder Nate Finney, who is 1 for 2 today with a single, a ground out, and a walk. Ball 1, 1-0. And that's fouled off, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on with nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, I thought. Yeah, it's the bottom half of the 6th. That's ball 2, 2-1. The reason I sound confused is the scoreboard's got the top of the 7th going, so. That's out of the zone, 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Nate Finney with a runner on first, nobody out. That ball's chopped over to Cook. Cook steps on first. They need to tag. Nope. So they will not get the lead runner. Cook does get the batter. So now a runner on second.
For Castlewood, the second baseman, Booker Schooley.
That brings up second baseman Booker Schooley. It's now 1 down. Schooley comes up. Sacrifice, a walk, and a strikeout, so technically 0 for 1 today with a run scored. Aiden Stewart, the center fielder, is on deck. Wilson, Munski. So Schooley comes up. Munski, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. You can see the Sports Brain Trust over my corner here. Ryan Deal right there. 6:05 Sports there. All right, so here's the 0-2 pitch. Munski comes set with a runner on second. That pitch is fouled off. Count remains 0-2 with one down. That is high, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. They did that AO and nobody responded, and they didn't continue it. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Munski. Comes set, looks back, looks home. That is high and gets past catcher Merriam. That'll allow the runner to advance to third. On ball two, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Crofton, other than that 1 inning, just not able to get anything going. But they've been able to hold Castlewood down the last 3 innings. They'd like, or 2 innings. And that does hit Schooley. So now runners will be at first. Okay, they're going to say he did not get out of the way.
For the Ravens, the center fielder, Aiden Stewart.
So they're going to call that the second out. They're going to say he stuck out his left arm.
Count 3-2 to Schooley.
So count is 3-2. Schooley disagrees. He thought he didn't make a huge effort to get out of the way, but it didn't look like he leaned into it. But umpire disagrees, and he is who matters. So here's the payoff pitch from Munski. That is in for called strike 3, and Schooley is really not happy with that. So now 2 down on that strikeout.
Now for the Ravens.
So that brings up center fielder Aiden Stewart with the runner on third and 2 down. With Castlewood holding a 9-2 lead, a 7-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. That pitch is outside, 1-0. So 1-0 pitch from Munski. That's outside, 2-0. It's in for a strike, 2-1. So if you follow the United Way, congratulations to Michelle Kroll for being the Volunteer of the Month. That is outside, 3-1. Michelle's had a number of sons going through the Yankton Bucks program. Jaden, just a year behind Leela. Then you had Bryce, who just graduated this year, who's going to Mount Marty. And then Carson, who placed in the pole vault this past season at the state track meet. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That is outside. Ball 4. So now runners at first and third with 2 down. As Aiden Stewart comes up, goes to first, brings up Blaine Schlieselman.
Walk brought to you by Grand Slam sponsor Sanford Orthopedics. Walk in, run out. Sanford Orthopedics. For Castlewood, the catcher Blaine Sleesman.
So it's almost 10 o'clock. Again, I apologize the yawn if you're watching on TV, on the YouTube. I had to get up at 5 this morning, so it's been a bit of a day already. And that one does hit him. And so that puts runners at every base, first, second, and third. Bases loaded for Lucas Cheng. So they're going to come in to talk to Munski. We'll take a quick timeout. This timeout brought to you by our sponsors, High Street Insurance and Cedar Security Bank on ESPN Radio.
High Street Insurance and Financial in Crofton has what you need for all your insurance needs. Whether it's auto, home, farm, crop, commercial, life, or health, they have the right products and the right service you're looking for all your insurance needs. Call High Street Insurance in Crofton at 402-388-4772 or stop in at 1201 West 2nd Street in Crofton. A proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Welcome back. Munski will stay in action as Castlewood leads 9-2. Bases are loaded. Brings up first baseman Lucas Cheng. On deck is Adam Cheng. So Lucas Cheng has grounded out, reached on there, and struck out. That pitch is out of the zone, 1-0. So if you're Munski, you're hoping that continues with some sort of out. Ball's in the dirt, 2-0. And that is out of the zone, 3-0. And that will walk in a run. That makes it 10-2 in favor of Castlewood on a 4-pitch walk to Lucas Cheng, and that will bring up Adam Cheng.
For Castlewood, the right fielder, Adam Cheng.
Adam Cheng has doubled and walked.
Free hot dogs, free burgers while they last, and they are going fast. So again, at the food stand.
Free hot dogs, free burgers down at the food stand. I meal prepped already, so nothing for me. As they're meeting on the mound yet again, so we'll take a quick timeout brought to you by Cedar Security Bank.
Everyone wants a bank that cares about them to be more than just an account with a balance. Cedar Security Bank is committed to getting to know their customers and answering all their financial questions with honest answers about their money and investments. Cedar Security Bank has locations in Fordyce, Hardington, and Wynot with convenient 24-hour ATMs in all 3 locations. Stop in and visit Cedar Security Bank when you have questions about your accounts. Cedar Security Bank, member FDIC.
Hitting it off with the right real estate broker can be tricky sometimes. You want a broker who's experienced and knows what they're doing, creative to properly advertise, determined to get the job done for you, and honest so you know you can trust them. Bridget Whitmire's repeat real estate customers prove that she fits all of those. So when you are ready to buy or sell your next property, look up Bridget Whitmire at Whitmire & Associates in Fordyce, Nebraska. To see all my listings, visit whitmireassociates.com.
At Menno State Bank, our team is dedicated to the traditions of service. We offer a wide array of products to accommodate all your financial needs, including checking and savings accounts, CDs, loans, IRAs, debit cards, credit cards, a 24-hour ATM, and online banking. Be sure to inquire about our competitive rates. Menno State Bank, member FDIC, proud to serve the Menno community and surrounding areas.
Since 1958.
Welcome back to Aspen Park's First National Bank Field in Brandon, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher. This is our South Central League coverage at the South Dakota Amateur Tournament. Cap Bankston now pitching for Crofton, and Will Munski has moved into second. Andy Knapp has left the game. So that pitch is in for a strike, 0-1.
The right fielder, Adam Ching.
If Adam Ching gets aboard, Gus Steiger will come up to bat. Bases are loaded, 2 down. Ball 1, 1-1. That pitch is outside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 3 on. Bankston working from the stretch, and that is, ball 3, 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Full count payoff pitch coming up from Bankston to Cheng. That ball is laced foul. That is high for ball 4. It's now 11-2. One more run, and this game is over. So Adam Ching is aboard via a walk. Runners at every base as Aiden Stewart comes home to score. And that brings up the top of the order and shortstop Gus Steiger. On deck, pitcher Alex Gower. Penn. That is hit into right field. Colton Schieffer slips, and he is not going to get to that. And that will do it. As Colton Schieffer slipped, going for it, and that will end the game. Well, he's going to run all the way home. It's going to be an inside the park home run, and 4 runs will score, making it 15-2. All right, we'll be back with our post game as Crofton has fallen to Castlewood. We'll be back right after this. This is ESPN Radio. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. It's a 10-run rule. I apologize. I was miscalculating. So it's not a final, but the bases are empty. It's now 15-2.
The pitcher, Alex Gower.
Get too used to Legion and softball, so apologize. Wasn't it?
3 Coors Light, 16 ounces for $8.
That ball is laced over to second, fielded there by Munski, and over to Cook at first for the final out of the inning. But in the inning,
For Castlewood in the bottom of the 6th inning, 5 runs.
5 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left on base. At the end of 6, it's Castlewood 15, Crofton 2. We'll be back after these messages from the Tabor Lumber Co-op and Core Trust Bank.
Since 1958, Tabor Lumber Co-op, located in Tabor and Lesterville, has been your trusted partner in agricultural service and supply. Need an egg building? We do any size, any frame. And in the field, we're with you every step of the way. With cropland seed, liquid and dry fertilizer, custom spraying, soil, tissue, and grid sampling, and precision mapping. This is more than just a co-op. This is Tabor Lumber Co-op. Stop by today. We're here to help you grow.
Tabor Lumber Co-op is a proud sponsor of South Central League Baseball.
Rewarding you for doing everyday things, like buying gas, shopping, and dining local. Does your bank do that? If you're a Core Trust customer, your bank does that. When you open a premium or preferred checking account and meet requirements, you get access to Core Trust perks powered by Bazing, an exclusive network offering 300,000 plus deals and discounts on dining, shopping, travel, fuel, and more. Visit us online, in person, or by phone. Terms and conditions apply. Member FDIC.
The Why Not Oil Company in Why Not, Nebraska. Call them for all your farm delivery needs like fuel, grease, and oil. The Why Not Oil Company can also assist you with your auto and ag tire needs, whether you need new or just a repair. They now offer hydraulic hose repair and sell acetylene tanks. Find knowledgeable technicians to get your ag and automotive repairs done right. The Why Not Oil Company has a convenience store that carries light groceries, sandwiches, and more. Why Not Oil Company, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Since 1971, the Menno Olivet Care Center in Menno, South Dakota has been providing skilled nursing, long-term, assisted living, rehab, and respite care in their 49-bed facility. The staff at Menno Olivet Care Center provides a high quality of compassionate care guided by their mission statement, responding to and sharing God's love through the service to people. Join the nursing or CNA staff by applying to the Menno Olivet Care Center's Facebook page.
Welcome back to First National Bank Field at Aspen Park in Brandon, South Dakota. Kellen Bank now pitching for Castlewood. First pitch is over the head of pinch hitter Tyler Potts, so it's 1-0. Tyler Potts batting in place of Cap Bankston, who came in and would have been batting for Andy Knapp. Pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Breeze is picking up just a little bit. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th. So that strikeout is out number 1. That brings up Colton Schieffer, who is on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by Chris Hay Grinding in Tyndall. Tyler Cook is on deck now. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2.
And 2 winners in bingo, splitting $34. Michaela from Millbank and Jada from Castlewood.
That's hit into left center field. That will be in for a single for Colton Schieffer, the second hit of the game for Crofton. We'll put a runner on first.
For Crofton, the first baseman, Tyler Cook.
Brings up first baseman Tyler Cook, who walked his last time up. It's high, 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. Oh, no, they called the ball, 2-0. Swing and a miss. That's a strike, 2-1. It's in for called strike 3, so it was 2 strikes. So that's the second strikeout. That's the second out of the inning. So Colton Schieffer still at first, and that will bring up Justin Potts. Crofton down to their final out here.
The left fielder, Justin Potts.
The ball is fouled off, 0-1. Crofton down to their final 2 strikes. How's it going there out in YouTube land? Yeah, I see you. That ball gets past the catcher, and Colton Schieffer will make it down to second. Ball 1, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Justin Potts. Bank comes set, comes home, swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. None of the crowd is left. Really good crowd still here. So here's a 1-2 pitch coming from Bank. And that is in for called strike 3. So that is the 3rd out of the inning.
For Crofton in the top of the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1
And
left.
that will do it. So the final score is Crofton 2, Castlewood 15. We'll be back to wrap up this up after these messages from Integrity Insurance and Renewable Ag Products.
Finding the right insurance is about considering all of your insurance options. At Integrity Insurance Group in Wynot and Yankton, they help their clients to have more opportunities with multiple insurance companies under one roof to make sure that they get the right coverage for the best price. Contact Brandy or Ivy and start insuring with Integrity today. Integrity Insurance Group is a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast. IntegrityInsuranceGroup.com.
At Renewable Ag Products, their business is based on customer relationships and customer service. They coordinate distiller supplies to provide area livestock producers with their commodity needs by working closely with multiple ethanol and processing plants within their region. Their office trades a core group of feed ingredients that include modified distillers, wet distillers, dry distillers, grain, corn syrup, soybean meal, soy hull pellets, corn gluten feed, and corn screening. Call Renewable Ag Products and talk with Henry or Frank. They do their best to make your purchasing decisions easy.
Welcome back. As Crofton falls, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. And then Castlewood 15 runs. Castlewood had 15 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. So just not Crofton's night. Castlewood played really well. So both Wynot and Crofton are out. I'll be back here tomorrow night at 7:30 to bring you some more action as Tabor will be doing battle, and then I'll be back on Sunday as Freeman will be doing battle at 11. So that's going to do it for me. I've been going for a while, so I have to still have to make that drive home. Hope you guys have a great night. We will talk to you tomorrow. Again, be here at about 7:30 for the Tabor game, okay? All right, you guys have a great night. Love you, and we will talk to you tomorrow.